Relentless Voice, hosted by your guy, Bruce C. Carter. And y'all ought to know by now, I am not here to influence you. I am not here to entertain you, but I'm definitely here to empower you. Let's get right to it. Today, we're going to talk about how mentorship and male role models can transform lives. Remember, I love my experiences. My mentor, my partner, my man, my coach, my little league coach, I've been knowing him 40 plus years now. And that's my guy, that's my dude. Picked me up, discovered me at a video game. And thanks to him and the organization and the Dallas Firemen at the time, the mentorship they gave me allowed me to go to college on a scholarship for football and be able to come out of school not needing to borrow money with a degree and, some principles about hard work. Because back then they worked us like to the end. And then I look at the work that I've been able to do as a mentor. I talk about having received the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award for the work with kids across the country and having the integrity to not have one incident with a kid not, involved with the mothers and, the sisters of the kids that I mentored. It was always about them. That leads me, like right now, one of my mentees was the youngest mentee. One of my youngest mentees was the youngest one elected to the school board in his town. He's the younger one being elected as a county commissioner. And I still mentor him today, and he's 28, and I started when he was around 11. That's the power of good mentorship. Good mentorship has a lasting impression, and the stats are high for those that were mentored. It says 55% are more likely to move on and get a higher education and even become mentors. It's important. So, you hear me talking about fatherhood, fathers and fathers and fathers. And until they come around, man, you got to be a good mentor. You got to have good character, and you have to have integrity. You have to make that work about the kid at all times. It can never be about you. Let me tell you what good mentors do. Definitely the time. But they make the personal investments so that they can prosper through the kids. That's what good mentors do. It's tough. And so when you decide that I want to get to that next level of life, start mentoring someone. But also make sure that your life lines up to what you're trying to give these kids. Because the one thing I learned about kids, boy, they got a BS meter too. And it will ding, 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 ding. And they will not gravitate to you. With all the young people I've mentored, I've had one rule: just tell me the truth. I can take it, but I cannot help you with a lie. Some of the things that these kids have told me throughout the years is unbelievable. But once they start trusting you, man, you got them. So be a mentor. And I met some fantastic mentors, male, female, who are good for the young people. And you could be a mentor to older people, to broken people, but whatever it is, you got to live up to that mentorship. And that's the part that's so important, is that when we take on that role of mentorship, that we're saying, man, I'm prepared to live a life, and my lifestyle is one that can be appreciated. Not perfect, but it's a life that can be appreciated. Because remember, I've talked about bad people, not bad and good. When you start to serve people, it starts to just do something with overall heart. And so many of our young people, and this is a problem, is they don't have faith. They haven't seen much to believe in. Their faith is in this and everything that comes along with it. they do this. They look at this. They look at that. They look at this. They look at that. And they're being mentored by this weapon of mass destruction. They're being influenced and they're being entertained. They're not being empowered. And thus we start to weaken the places around us. So if you've ever thought about being someone or somebody that people can look up to, that they can come to you, start mentoring. And if you're doing it honestly, your life will be transformed, because some of your missions and goals would be that somebody at some point will come back and say, man, Mrs. So-and-so did this, Miss So-and-so, she did this. Without her, I just don't know. That's what you want to happen. You gotta really care. And for us that are males and men, man, you're so needed. But when you're a male, it's hard for you to be a mentor, because your behavior is not a behavior that kids should see when you're influencing them. There are young people, little people who want to be just like you. You can't coach them without cursing them out. You get drunk around them. You get high around them. You're a horrible mentor. But then there are some people that leave these impressions, these lifelong lasting impacts. We got to have those people. We got to build them if we don't have them right now. Because we must have a generation of people who will consider their actions because they're considering other people. Remember, none of us are perfect. But pastors are not mentors anymore. They're just not. Too many of them have defiled the very place where people used to could trust. Athletes are not mentors because many of them want to be served. They make millions of dollars and they want stuff for free. They want it to be about them. Somebody didn't teach them. The mentors space is dying off really, really fast. So we need to develop mentors. We got to develop good-hearted people. People that know the value of bringing somebody along. So if there's an opportunity for you to be a male role model, and I'm talking about you walk in it with the commitment that nobody's worth me losing the child. Nobody. Man, you're going to be special. It might be one of those mentees that when you're old and frail, might be one of them to come get you. I'm good. If I get old and frail, I know some of my mentees coming to get me. They coming. So that there in itself is a confidence. Is that what can you say that? It's like I said, I've seen some males, men who are mentors, and all I can do is say, Lord, that young child have no idea where to go. Misguided through mentorship. So, who is worth you making every sacrifice that you possibly can? And the sacrifice might be your behavior. It ain't always about money. You're grown, you can do what you want, but you know that action right there might cause this kid to lose faith in me. Might change the behavior to go the other way. because they lost something when they lost faith in me. These are the things we must consider. We must understand that we have a purpose when we enter into someone's life. And man, to fulfill that purpose it's a great feeling. There's an outcome that you can't even expect how great it will be. I'm able to go across the country and run into young people. Now they're in their 20s, early 30s. Mr. Bruce. I'm like, okay, that means I mentored them. They call me Mr. Bruce. Then I have to play like I remember who they are. You remember when? Like, yeah, baby, yeah. But it's impact. It's boy, it's girl, it's white, it's black, it's Hispanic. It's people. This is Team Black Males winning because once again, this group must win for all Americans to win. But this is just not for blacks. We all can participate and win. But I need black males to win. I have grandsons. I need to believe that I created a space around them, that they're protected through reciprocity. I have daughters that I need to believe that I gave so much that through reciprocity, they're going to be saved and not get caught up. If it's not guns and senseless violence, it's now drugs to self-medicate that ends up being poison. And if it's not that, it's I got to make some money and all I got is my body and I'm going to make me some money. And if it's not that, man, I'm going to go get it however I can get it. That's our young people right now. So I need you to go from being a male to a man to a mentor. Let's see what we can do in this journey. Because there's a plan that's about to be unveiled. Matter of fact, by the time you see this, it probably will already have been unveiled. And that plan, that project is going to change the direction, I guarantee you, of blacks in America and Americans. And I always draw the distinction because blacks are at the bottom. And for y'all that don't like that, you don't like the truth. Remember, immigrants have more value than blacks in this country. And a lot of it is because you don't want to exert the gifts and take on the responsibilities that must happen. Why? Because you're too focused on being entertained and influenced when you need to focus on being empowered so you can empower. Let's figure out how we start to move together. We throw out the jealousy. We throw out the hatred. We throw out the foolishness. We kill the crab bucket mentality. And we hold each other accountable at every turn. That's how we're going to win this thing. And I don't have to have all of y'all to win, but I need some of y'all to win. Let's go win.